Hello everyone. I'm going to be doing a 2026 draft prediction video. Tomorrow is the draft, or I guess today because it's like 1 in the morning, and I don't get any sleep ever. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Here's the draft order. You can get a quick glimpse, but we're going to be going over the whole first round here because yeah, I do this every year, but I think posting it to YouTube will keep it like I can look back on it in the future, see how wrong I was, and yeah, it's kind of hard to keep track of one piece of paper, so I'd rather have it out there and maybe it's kind of interesting for other people, maybe someone else is interested in my opinion. So, yeah, number one, I think it's pretty obvious. Toronto picks Gavin McKenna. It's a pretty straightforward pick. I mean, he's a very good player. I think he could become a franchise player for them. Yeah. I don't think you think very hard on this. I think it's pretty obvious. He just fits in there well, and I mean, he couldn't be luckier to go to Toronto. I mean, it's their first season out of the playoffs, and then they get Gavin McKenna. I mean, that's kind of lucky for Toronto, and it's lucky for Gavin because he has the potential to bring them to the playoffs this year and really prove himself as the number one pick. So yeah, slam dunk pick, slam dunk pick by Toronto. Sorry, and yeah, I think it's a easy pick. At number two, I have San Jose selecting Ivar Stenberg. I think this is another slam dunk pick. Holy, um, yeah, I think the debate between Reed and Stenberg's kind of over with that new trade for the ninth pick. I understand that people were upset from it, but in reality, getting that ninth pick kind of secures that they can get a right-handed defenseman later on, whether it's Rudolph or Verhoff. And yeah, I think that Stenberg is just going to add such a good spark to the team. And yeah, with Macklin Celebrini, they're just going to be on fire. And he's a little bit older. He's already 18. He's turning 19 this September, and he put up great numbers in the SHL. So like this kid is ready for the NHL and expect him to be alongside Celebrini being an elite forward. And number three, I have Vancouver selecting Chase Reed. As a huge Canucks fan, obviously I'd love to see Malhotra. It just doesn't make sense to me. It does create some awkward circumstances for both of them, I think. I mean, first year for Caleb Malhotra. I mean, he's starting his career, and then in Vancouver with his dad is going to be weird. And then I don't know. I don't need to talk about Caleb Malhotra. It just doesn't make sense. And then Manny. I mean, it's his first year as a coach. I mean, he doesn't really want to start his coaching career in the NHL with, yeah, just conversations like that. So yeah, I think it's best for Caleb to make his own path, and I think this is the best choice. And yeah, Chase Reed's the best player available. He's kind of the consensus number three pick. He has real chance of being a number one defenseman, and we just lost our number one defenseman in Quinn Hughes. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty obvious to me. I don't know. I see other people saying it's not very obvious. We should go up the middle, but we already have Coots. So yeah, I'm gonna try and speed it up here now that we're done the first three. But yeah, Chase Reed number three. Vancouver gets the number one defenseman. Um, we do have Boyum and we have all those other players, but like we could obviously use a great right-handed defenseman. So yeah. At number four, I have Buffalo selecting Vigo Bjork, another SHL player who I do think could play quite well in the NHL. Yeah, I think this player could be amazing. He has the highest hockey IQ and skill from what it sounds like, and I think Buffalo could really use that in their forward core here. So, yeah, I think Buffalo doesn't think twice and they pick Vigo Bjork. I mean, I don't know. He could be top three if it wasn't for his height, and his height's not too like I don't think Buffalo's too scared to pick on height reasons, like I think they have Tage Thompson who's kind of carrying for the height up front, and then we have Zach Benson who has been very good for them. So yeah, I don't think Viggo Bjork is I think they know the drill. They know that players like this slide because of their height, but they know that they become just as good as a player, if not better. So yeah, at number five, I have New York selecting Caleb Malhotra, which, funny enough, is where his dad was drafted, and his dad was drafted in the seventh overall pick. So he beats his dad when it comes to draft position, and yeah, I think this would be a great place for him. I think that New York needs some centermen, some young centermen, and I think they get that here. I mean, he put up some monstrous numbers in the AHL after playing in the BCHL. Kind of came out of nowhere, but yeah, I mean, he's proven to be a top 10 pick for sure. Top five, in my opinion, and would love to see him in Vancouver, obviously, but yeah, I think New York would be thrilled to have Malhotra at five. So, at number six, I have Carson Carrolls. I think he wants to go back to Canada, which kind of works out perfectly for Calgary here. And yeah, they get a defenseman. They kind of bolster up that defensive core, which is amazing for them. And yeah, Carson Carrolls, I've seen mock drafts of him going second, which is a little high to me, but I mean, getting him at six is lucky for them, and I think they're very happy with that. And yeah, they get an elite defenseman here, top two potential, I would say. Maybe ce ceiling top two, but floor would be top four, maybe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my opinion. So yeah, I think Calgary, they'd love to have Carson Carrolls here. So yeah, at number seven, I have Seattle choosing Albert Smits. I don't know why. But like Albert Smith just sounds like a Kraken. It's just a Kraken name. I don't really know why. And yeah, I think they could really use a defenseman. I mean, an elite defenseman. I've heard he's very impressive as a player, and yeah, I'm sure that Seattle would love to get this defenseman. Hopefully, he can turn into a number one defenseman for them because they really need it. They're pretty lackluster on the defensive side, so I would love to see them get Albert Smith here, and I think they'd be thrilled. So yeah. At number eight, I have Winnipeg selecting Tyne and Lawrence. Uh, I mean, they could use a defenseman as well. I could see that as well, but I think just having 1 year out of the playoffs, I assume they're trying to get back into it, and forwards develop faster than defensemen. I think they could really use a centerman here. That's another reason I think he's a top six centerman. And yeah, I think this guy is very good. I mean, he's been slipping. I saw him at number one. Like, I don't know if you remember, but in the start of this year, he was at number one, and now he's at, well, like late 10, what would you call it? Late tens? I don't even know. Like top 10, I guess. Late top 10, going into the early teens. But I really do see him going to Winnipeg here. At number nine, with San Jose's new pick, I see them picking Keaton Verhoff. And Keaton Verhoff, I have seen him slip into the late teen or early teens as well. Here's my thing. I don't think that he should be picked this late, but I don't see the other teams passing up on the players before this. I could see them passing up, and I think could see Verhoff going as early as like maybe five, maybe four. I don't know. I could see him going six. I think six is the earliest he goes, but I think Seattle and Calgary could really use a left, not right. And yeah, I think he falls to nine. And I really do think that Seattle or San Jose is going to take this and run. They're going to run up to the podium and they're going to take this guy because, I mean, or stage, I guess. But yeah, I mean, they'd be stoked on Verhoff. I think they're banking on Rudolph, and I think Rudolph would also be a great fit. But if you get Verhoff, I mean, he was consensus number two last year, and yeah, I mean, he's very good. So yeah, only going to get better. And he played in the NCAA, which makes him, I don't know, it toughens him up and it prepares him more for the NHL. So yeah, at number 10, I have Ethan Belchess. I don't know how you say it, but yeah. After the top 10, I'm going to just quickly go through it, I think, just to save your guys' time here. But yeah, I think Ethan Belchet's kind of screams Nashville to me, and he seems like a Nashville Predator, and I really do think that he could really fit there. They need a left winger, and yeah, I think they could really use a player like Ethan Belchetz. So yeah, at 11, I have St. Louis picking Daxton Rudolph. I think this is kind of easy for them. He's kind of projected to go late top 10-ish, early teens. But yeah, I think they're pretty happy with this pick. And yeah, I think they're happy that he slips to 11. And I don't think they think twice about this. So yeah, St. Louis at 11. And I could see them trading this pick. I mean, I don't know. I could see them keeping this one, maybe trading 15 and 16 or one of them, but we'll get to that. At number 12, I have New Jersey picking Wyatt Cullen. I don't know why, but this just seems like a great fit. Top six forward here. He's projected to kind of go early teens. He kind of rised very quick this year. So that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. And his dad's Matt Cullen, who I think he played like 1,500 games in the NHL, was just very impressive. And obviously, he has it in his blood. He's got the NHL genes, and I think he's going to do great. And I think New Jersey would be a great fit for him. Maybe he'll help them get back into the playoffs. I doubt it, but yeah. I say I doubt it just because I don't know. They keep failing to make the playoffs, so and he's probably not going to play next year. So, Oscar Hemming at number 13. I think this is a bit of a reach for me, I think, but I don't know. I think this is a good pick for them. I think they're kind of happy with this pick. I don't know. They need a winger. They need some wingers, and I think Oscar Hemming. I think he's gonna fit in very well if he gets picked by the Islanders, and I have him ahead of the forwards coming up. So yeah, at number 13, I have Oscar Hemming going to New York. At number 14, I have Adam Novotny. I don't know why, but another guy I just see him as a Blue Jacket. Um, Yeah, he's a forward. I think he'll be very good. I guess he's 14th overall in a few of these, 13, 15. So he's kind of projected to go around this area. And yeah, I have Adam Novotny going 14th to the Columbus Blue Jackets. I think they could really use a player like him. And yeah, I think they'd be very happy with this. Number 15 going to St. Louis, I have Alexander Command. I don't know. I am not Swedish, so. I just say Alexander Command because I'm Canadian. So yeah, I think SHL player, centerman. St. Louis needs a centerman, so they get Alexander Command. And yeah, I think they're very happy with this pick. Uh, yeah, they get the centerman they want, they get the defenseman they want, and then at number 16, they get another defenseman. You can never go wrong with too many defensemen. I don't know. I can't see Gustafsson going any lower than this. That's why I have him here. And I do think that the St. Louis will probably trade one of these, unless if they want to be crazy and they want to draft the Rock Twins together. Would be cool, but I don't know. I don't see it happening. They probably won't get drafted this soon. So yeah, I have Malte Gustafsson going here. I mean, he could probably go top 10, maybe early teens, but I just don't see any of the teams before this taking him. So yeah, I have him at 16. He slips a bit, but yeah. At number 17 to LA, I have Oliver Suvanto. After Anze Kopitar leaving, they really need some help up front. So Oliver Suvanto could really help with this. And, maybe a Byfield Suvanto center. I think that could be a very good combination up the middle. And yeah, I think they'd be very happy to get Oliver Suvanto. He kind of slips a little bit here. He's kind of, I don't know, I guess he's in this range, but I think getting a very good centerman here, and I think LA is happy with this pick. So yeah, number 18th, Washington goes with Maddox Dejanay. Uh, I think this is a good pick for them. I just see it happening. I don't know. I think they could really use a centerman as well. And yeah, Maddox Dejanay, I could see him as a middle six centerman or maybe potentially top six. You never know, but yeah, I think this guy could be very good for them. And yeah, I have him at number 18. At number 19, I have Utah selecting Tommy Blale, which kind of works perfect for them. And it's kind of, I don't know, obvious maybe, because they just picked Caleb Denoye last year from the same team. And I don't think it's obvious, but it's just kind of a cool connection that I thought of after. And I think they could really use it a right-handed defenseman. So it worked great, and Tommy Boyle has been rising in the draft chart, so I think it's a good pick for them. At number 20, I have Buffalo selecting Ryan Lynn. Yeah, losing Michael, or what is his name? Oh my God. Well, is it Michael Kessler? I'm pretty sure it's Michael Kessering. I was gonna say Michael Kessering, but I like second guessed myself. I know this. I like it's like recording like throws me off. I guess throws me off my game. But yeah, Ryan Lynn. I don't know why, but he just seems like a Buffalo Sabre to me. I think he could really fit there. And I watched this guy play in person. Very good. You can tell he takes over the ice in the WHL, and if he continues to do that, I think he could be a very good offensive defenseman in the future. And yeah, Ryan Lynn could be a very good pick for Buffalo. They get in the first round they get a forward and a defenseman. I think that works great for them, and I think they're very happy with Ryan Lynn, who's kind of in the mid top 10 or like maybe top five. It was more like seventh kind of range, but he slipped a lot. But yeah, I think they're happy to get Ryan Lynn, and maybe if he made the playoffs, he would have proven himself a little bit more, but obviously he didn't get that chance. So yeah. Number 21, I have Philadelphia picking Maxim Sokolovsky. Um, yeah, I think this is I mean, he seems like a flyer, 6'8" defenseman. He's Russian. I mean, it kind of works out that he seems like a Philadelphia Flyer, which I think is what everyone's saying, but I agree with them. I think maybe this helps them Philly go, I think people are right. I think we could really use this guy in the playoffs, and I think he could really be a good asset for us. So I think they'd be happy with this pick. At number 22, I have Pittsburgh selecting Xavier Villeneuve. I've heard Javier Villeneuve or something like that. I'm just going to go with the way I know it. Yeah, he's a little bit older for this draft class, having a September birthday from 2007. Yeah, left defenseman. He's slipping a lot. I've seen a lot of people saying he could go in the third round, or sorry, second round, which I don't really see. He has a really high skill set, and I think him being undersized, which 5'11", I don't know. I guess for a defenseman, it's undersized, but you never know. He could turn into a Wayne Hudson type player where he's seen as undersized, and then he ends up being amazing because of skill set, and yeah. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's happy with this pick, and yeah. Don't think they question it, maybe. I don't know. I think Villeneuve's a good pick for them. At number 23, I have Elton Hermansen going to Boston Bruins. I think this could really help them up front. And yeah, I think they'd be very happy with this pick. He kind of slipped. He was kind of meant to go mid-teens, I guess early 20s as well. But yeah, I really do think that this guy could be a great Boston Bruin, and I think they could really benefit from this pick, and I think they'd be really happy that he kind of falls to them. So yeah. At number 24, I have Vancouver selecting Liam Ruck. So yeah, I think I don't know. I feel like maybe the idea that they're twins has kind of rised their stock a bit, and the narrative is kind of cool. But them going to Vancouver just makes sense. They grew up with Canucks colors on their walls, and they grew up Canucks fans. I don't know, it's like it's in the paint, It's like it's set in stone already. He seems like a Canuck. I've seen him as high as number 10 in draft projections, and I've been following these guys for a while. I've been following them since they played for Okanagan Hockey Academy, and I was like always hoping that they'd get good, and then after McKenna left Medicine Hat, they just took off, and I was really happy to see that. So yeah, Liam Ruck, number 24. I'm stoked on that. And yeah, at number 25, Ottawa selects Mathis Preston, another player who plays for the Giants and has also slipped a lot. The only thing I have to say about this is he's 5'11", and this guy also, when I watched the Vancouver Giants game, just played incredibly. He took over the game. Um, I did see the selfishness a little bit. He did kind of, I've heard that a lot, but I think that can be coached, and I don't think that's too much of an issue. And I think Ottawa's really happy to get Matheus Preston getting another winger. I think he's I don't know. I think he's a center slash a right winger. So yeah, I think Ottawa's happy that he slips to them. But I've seen him go as far as like maybe a little early second round, which I think is insane. So Mathis Preston, don't think he goes any farther than this, and I think Ottawa's happy with that pick. At number 26, I have New York Rangers picking JP Hurlbert. I think this is a phenomenal pick for them. I mean, he's kind of projected everywhere, but I think he slides. I mean, he's kind of projected to go early 20s, so yeah, he kind of slides down a little bit, but yeah, I think he kind of fits their needs a little bit as well because they need some winger, and I think he plays center as well, so that kind of works out for them as well. So yeah, I think they're happy with JP Hurlbert and could be a very good fit. 27, San Jose, another steal of the draft. Nikita Klepov. I mean, yeah, he's in the teens, early 20s. I mean, this guy can be amazing. He's a right winger, and which is kind of exactly what they need. If he just becomes a middle six player, San Jose gets exactly what they want here. Um, if he turns into more, that's amazing. But middle six, like second, third line right winger, I think they'd be really happy with that. And yeah, it really sucks to see San Jose. It sucks for the rest of the league, but for me, I really like San Jose. I think they're like my top, like I think they're my second favorite team in the league. So, I mean, I've been a huge fan of them for a while, and they just keep building a great team. It's hard not to like them. So, yeah, I have them picking Nikita Klepov here. At number 28, I have Montreal selecting Ilya Morozov. I think he's kind of slipped a little. I'm not too sure. He's kind of projected to go in this area. I swear he was projected earlier than this in the earlier part of the year, but yeah, they could use, I guess, some center depth and with all the wingers they have, and yeah, I think Morozov, a late pick. I don't know. I think this is a great pick for them, and they're not complaining. At number 29, St. Louis, the last pick of this round, gets Simas Ignatavicius. Don't know how to say that. Yeah, he's kind of projected in this area, and I think that's a very good pick for them. He's rising, and yeah, I mean, you already have three other picks, so I mean, you might as well go for kind of half and half. You get two defensemen, two forwards, and I think Ignatavicius would be a very good fit for St. Louis. At number 30, I have Calgary selecting Jackson Cover. Very good story with this guy. I'm sure you've all heard it, so I don't need to go over it another time. But yeah, going with a defenseman early in the draft, going for a left winger, I think that could be a very good help for them. And yeah, I think this would be a very good pick. 6'1". Yeah, great player. And he's only going to get better. He only started playing ice hockey at 14. Before that was roller hockey, so I think he's only going to get better. Skating could get better, and yeah, I think he'll be great. Number 31, I have Carolina selecting Yegor Shilov. I think he kind of slipped this year too, but I have him going number 31st. Carolina, they just won the cup, so I don't think, they're not looking for anybody to come in right away to help them. So I think Yegor Shilov, great pick for them. And I don't know, he just seems like a hurricane to me. A Russian player, I don't know. Seems like a good fit. Number 32nd, number 32, I guess. I have Tobias Treball. I don't know how you say that. But yeah, I think this is a great pick for them as well. It's the best defend or goaltender in the draft. I think this is a little bit of a reach if they do this, but I don't know. I think it's a very good pick for them, and I don't think they're too upset about this pick. They could really use some great goaltending prospects. So yeah, that rounds out the first round. He's from Most, which is kind of cool. But yeah, and that's all for the first round. And I do have a little, yeah, okay. I have Marcus Ruck. So kind of obvious, I guess. He's kind of a second rounder, but I don't know. I just don't think that Vancouver would want to risk it any more than the 32nd pick. So. Yeah, you don't really want a team picking Marcus Ruck so then they can kind of leverage in a trade. Like, we have one Ruck. We're not gonna. give you him, so you got to give him. I don't know, but yeah, I do see a Marcus Ruck going here. Even though he was the number one point producer in the WHL, I've seen him slip. I don't understand it that much. Whatever. I think it's CHL too. Like I think he's like just the top producer in general in the CHL. So I don't understand it, but yeah, here we are. I mean, it's just because the skating and all that. I think he's slow or whatever, but obviously he's only 18. He could only get better in that regard. So yeah, I think Marcus Ruck could be a really good selection here. And obviously, I went with this pick at 33 because they got him his twin brother at 24, and I think they'd be very happy. It'd also be kind of funny to see them on their toes for 24 hours just waiting to see if they get drafted together. But yeah, I think this would be a great day to start the second day of the draft, and that wraps up my video. I appreciate it if you stuck around. If you didn't, don't blame you. I'm not expecting much views on this or anything. I just mainly for myself. But if you enjoyed, let me know. I love hockey. I'd love to make more videos, and I'd love to keep doing videos on hockey. So yeah, thank you all for watching.